Pozdrav! I just like this song, you know, I just like this song. Hello everybody, and welcome to the live stream. If you are not watching this live, if you are watching the rerun, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you find something inside here that's of some kind of value to you. So I do hope you watch the whole thing. Everybody else, hi guys, how you doing? The central player is in the chat always first. G, hi man, what's up? Favorite is in the chat as well. Hi Sasha, how you doing? Yeah, hello, we got a milk man, we got a milk. Desi brate, tu sam. What's shaking TLA? Not much man, not much, we doing nice. Pozdrav. First up, then down. Ooh, first up, then down. Just see here. Wesley asked me a question. Just check it out up here. Fake out to the upside to like 42k. I don't think the fake out, man, fake out. Bear playing out on the weekly, maybe. We are not quite there yet. Up and down, 36k. So let's go. I had far too much whiskey last night. Well, it's okay, man. You know, we old guys, you know, we can only drink one day a week. Hello, my friend. Scotch Racer. This mark's pretty hard to read, man. Yeah. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. It doesn't look good though, I gotta tell you that So somebody in the chat, in the Telegram chat asked me, it's not somebody, Wesley asked me a question and he said, was this last candle bullish for recovery back in triangle, TLA crypto? Was this last candle bullish for recovery? So we're gonna talk about it. So he was talking about this 4-hourly candle up here, and what he's saying is, was this candle bullish for recovery? And I'm gonna explain to you a little bit, you know, at least how I am, you know, interpreting the charts up here. So we're gonna check it out, okay guys, we're gonna check that out. So was this actually a bullish candle up here? So you can see down here on some kind of 4-hourly time frame. I pulled down this line up here because of this week up here. Previously we only had down here some 2 weeks up here, but now that we have this week on the downside as well, I use that as well, you know, to draw the triangle. So maybe this is the legit triangle up here, because, you know, previously I've been drawing something like this. So you can see here that we are falling below that. This also might be a triangle, but, you know, I think it's a little bit too steep, Maybe it should go something down here or something like that. Maybe something like this up here might be a better move down here. I mean, the bottom line is not that easy to draw. The bottom line is definitely not that easy to draw. So whether that's this week on downside or these other weeks up here, you know, it's a little bit tricky. I think it's a little bit tricky. Now let's see on a 1-hourly time frame. I mean, on 1-hourly time frame we do get some kind of nice hits on this line up here, and down here we do get these bottoms as well. So, you know, give or take. Also, of course, up here we got some, you know, some kind of rising trend line up here. There was some kind of talk, at least, you know, from what I've seen, you know, I was hoping this will play out as some kind of inverse head and shoulders up here, but you'll see here that we are getting rejected by that inverse head and shoulders on the downside. So this inverse head and shoulders is actually going towards the downside. We still didn't break the head yet, but if we do close below the head on the downside, that might be a bad thing over here. So this inverse head and shoulders did not play out, guys. Unfortunately, did not play out. So that's one of the first, it's not one of the first, but, you know, it's one of the bearish sentiments that we do not want to have in chat. Remember to hit that upward button, patch guitar. So you know, it's a bad sign that we failed to break this towards the upside, right? It's a bad sign. That said, what Batch Guitar was asking me, man, this candle up here, is this a bullish candle up here? You know, and he said his exact words were, was this last candle bullish for the recovery back in the triangle? Was this? So the question is now, first of all, you know, whether this is triangle or this down here is triangle, you know, we don't know. But was this bullish for recovery? It kind of was bullish. Now, unfortunately, just one candle doesn't tell you the story. You gotta read a story in a bigger sense up here. So after we did this bullish candle, technically it was a very bullish candle because, you know, we pulled down, but we managed to pull back all the way back up above the moving averages. Unfortunately, once we are up here, we didn't see any kind of reaction out of this candle. So oftentimes when you get some kind of bullish candle, like over here, what you want to see after that, you want to see some kind of continuation. And right now we are not seeing the continuation. We're looking at this on the downside. So what did happen here on the 4-hour time frame? How can we interpret that? Well, first of all, you see this move above the 10 and 20 moving average up here. That's nice. But here is where the trouble starts. These last three red candles are very bad. So the first thing is, you know, after we managed to get up here, we didn't go towards the upside. So the first sign up here was this doji up here. This shows uncertainty in the market, right? So we managed to break a little bit towards the upside here, like over here, but we didn't, we didn't show any kind of bullishness up here, right? We went a little bit up, a little bit down, but this doji up here shows uncertainty. So there is kind of uncertainty what's going to happen next, and that's not what you want to see after a breakout. So anytime you have some kind of breakout towards upside, you do not want to see uncertainty after that, right? You don't want to see some kind of doji pattern or something like that. I mean, it can continue towards upside, but you want to see some kind of bullish signal, right? You want to see a big pullback, and then you want to see continuation of the green candle or something like that. You want to see some kind of bullishness on the chart right here. But this candle up here did not show us bullishness, it just shows us uncertainty. So that's fine and dandy, but you know what happens next is very bearish, because after this uncertainty we dumped on the downside. So we dumped on the downside, and that was of course very bad. But you know, the bulls came back in and said, no, we are not dumping, we're gonna pull back above the 10 and 20 moving average, and we did that. So all nice and dandy. Unfortunately, the third candle is not showing bullishness either, because oftentimes you will see some kind of continuation up here. You will see some kind of green candle up from. We still got something like 3 hours left, so this is definitely not over yet. It just might be another week towards upside, you know. But if this stays like this over here right now, if we after these 3 candles up here close below the 10 and 20 moving average, I would consider that a very bearish move towards downside, and I will be looking some kind of move outside of this triangle towards downside. So this is not playing exactly, you know, very nicely. So these 3 candles that do show some kind of bearishness in the price right now that we are coming to the very ends of this move up here. So what will make this, you know, this 4-hourly candle bullish? A big wick towards upside, and maybe even above the resistance up here, So that would make, you know, all of this, you know, this uncertainty, this bearishness and bullishness pulling up. This will confirm the bullishness in the price. I think this, if we can manage to get a, you know, big green candle up here, I think that will confirm the bullishness in the price up here, and we just might, you know, go towards upside. But the way it looks like right now, we closed up here, we went a little bit up there to the resistance. You can see the resistance up here almost on the dollar. The resistance is getting hit on the dollar, right? We went up to the resistance, we tested that, and I was like, nope, not doing that, and right back down again. So you can see here we are dumping on the downside right now a little bit. It looks like a big dump when you do it like this, so we're gonna keep it, you know, very short and nice. But it does, unfortunately, it does look bearish. The good news is we still got 3 hours left, guys. We still got 3 hours left, so we're gonna see how that actually plays out. But it does look bearish. So I'm not seeing, and the thing is, this is the 4-hourly time frame, so you know it's not that important. The more important is what's happening on the daily time frame up here. The more important what's happening on the daily time frame. The very bearish signal came up here with this engulfing candle up here. This is a very bearish signal for the chart. Then we went a little bit up, and right now we're curving on the downside. So I don't know if I would say this level down here, you know, I would say both of these levels are very important. This is at 39,942, this is 530. I would say both of these levels are important. So as long as we can on the daily time frame keep above these levels up here, I think we just might be okay. But if we start closing below these levels and start creating some kind of lower lows, or down here lower lows, if we break on the downside, that would be very, very bad. That would be very bad for the price. So you can already see down here, if we for whatever reason start closing on the downside down here, or even down here, these are the bad moves, guys, bad moves. But I'm a little bit more bearish than bullish right now, and I've been saying, like, I need something, I need some kind of pump, some kind of candle, something that shows us right now that this is bullish. But unfortunately, even when you look at on the 4-hourly time frame, it just kind of looks very, very weak. This move towards ups. Now I might be analyzing this a little bit, you know, a little bit harsh or whatever you want to say it, but it kind of just doesn't feel right. Up here, you know, the price is going towards the upside. This move up here is starting to happen already. I think we need some kind of, you know, right now I think this consolidation pattern that we have had, this is done, because you can see right now that we have the rising volume up here. Is the volume higher up here? Almost a little bit higher than the previous candle up here, if that tells us anything right now. So the volume is kicking up a little bit again. But this consolidation pattern that we had on the 4-hourly time frame, doesn't matter how you draw it, up here somewhere like this, or at least doesn't matter. You can see the consolidation pattern. In some kind of consolidation patterns, the volume will always go towards downside. That's fine. But once it starts breaking out, the volume should start picking up a little bit up here, you know, at least sideways up here, something like that. And if this right now, this is a 4-hourly candle, so, you know, still 2 hours and 49 minutes left, I get that. But, you know, if this closes below the moving averages, you know, after these 3 candles, that might be bad. So let's go down here and see how this actually looks on 1-hourly time frame. Now, 1-hourly time frame, we don't have that much. We don't have that much, but you can see here what I said about this inverse head and shoulders pattern that got rejected. This on 1-hourly time frame, and this is a bad move, guys, because, you know, you want bullish patterns to go bullish, but this got rejected. Tried again up here, got rejected big time. Tried again up here, right now getting rejected. You know, the good thing is we tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 times to break the line towards the upside. But, you know, I consider this bearish. Also, right now we are below the moving averages, are pushing on the downside. The moving averages are right now curving towards the downside as well. I think I'm more bearish than bullish, unfortunately. Wow, it's been a while. Look at that hair. Yeah. Volatility will kick in soon. 3 hours to the weekly close. Yeah, 3 hours to the weekly close. Pump is coming, one more dump. I don't know if this is one more dump kind of scenario. I don't know. You know, down here it was, you know, because we've been dumping. Down here it was one more dump scenario, but over here it's not one more dump, unfortunately. Over here, because we've been consolidating for a long time, broke up, right now going back inside the same triangle up here. Since we've been consolidating up here, it's not just one more dump, because right now we don't have any kind of extended levels, we don't have anything, you know. After a consolidation period, you know, it can go big time towards the upside, big time, you know, big time towards downside, the upside. So after some kind of big consolidation level, this can definitely go. So, you know, if this continues on dumping, you know, I wouldn't say it's one less dump, because I do not actually know whether that's going to be one less dump or not. You know, I hope it's just, you know, one less dump and we continue towards the upside. Like we said, this might be some kind of spring effect towards the upside, but we need definitely to see some kind of a reaction up here, you know. And these consolidation patterns are often, number one, the triangle consolidation pattern, of course, is a continuation pattern up here. So you know, just that is telling us that it should go on the downside, but we are already seeing the bearishness in the chart from before, and it does tell me right now that, you know, this isn't the most optimal look up here. We need to see something. And even if we break on downside, I mean, you know, we need to see some big move towards one side or other side, you know. But especially on the daily time frame. Daily time frame is 4 hourly. Who cares about 4 hourly? Is moon failing us? I don't know. We gotta wait until the end of the moon phase, because this can take. You know, there are times when you get the full moon and then you go down and then you go up, you know, and at the end of the full moon you actually get, you know, technically go towards the upside. Even though you hear me falling down, you actually recover during the full moon phase and then come up. At least that push down was bulked up again fairly quickly. Yeah, the stock areas on the 4 hourly is still at the overbought levels. BTC to 39 at least to reset the stock RSI to 0. Some banks are going to be offering crypto to their clients, remember that. Retest of summer lows. We are nearing the decision. Contrary thinking would indicate that the first move now will be the fake one, proven with low volume. Best we can now have is a dump with low volume. Yeah, let's hope for that, you know, because I'm also hoping for that. I'm hoping for some kind of dump on the downside where we get, you know, some kind of a V-shaped recovery or some kind of a, you know, button down here and right back up again towards the upside. So that's the best case scenario I'm hoping for. Now this is pretty legit support, guys. This is pretty legit support, and we for whatever reason just start pumping up from over this level up here, and we get, you know, back to, you know, these highs up here, we're gonna be, you know, insanely bullish by that time. When in doubt, zoom out. Pump moon not working. Can devs do something? Yeah, we need to, you know, update the moon. I sold out some at 42 because I think it's gonna dump, and I want to pick up again lower. Happy to be wrong though. Leggy moon, yeah, leggy moon. This moon is leggy, unfortunately. This moon is a little bit leggy. So now that we you know, are thinking what we're thinking about Bitcoin, let's check out what Ethereum is doing. Maybe Ethereum can give us some answers to what is happening with Bitcoin, right? Because oftentimes these coins that are correlated should have some kind of a same kind of patterns, right? Elon Musk tweeted Doge pumped. Did Doge pump? No, Doge is like 0.49 up here. There is no tweet. There is no tweet. So let's check out Ethereum, guys. Let's check out Ethereum. We're gonna start with the weekly time frame on Ethereum up here. We're gonna look a little bit closer on Ethereum because Ethereum is not below the 10 moving average. It did get this rejection up here, and this is a very bearish rejection, guys. This is a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame. So just this candle up here is telling us that we are bearish. So you never want to see these bearish engulfing candles, right? Because they show, you know, you see down here, I'm just seeing this right now, but you know, see down here on these last two bottoms, you can see the dump on downside. You see big engulfing candle towards the upside. We continue on downside, but this is the second bullish engulfing candle towards the upside. So this was some kind of bottom down here. You can see these two bullish candles towards the upside, these big weekly bullish candles, and after that the price recovered towards the upside, right? The price recovered towards the upside. We get some kind of doji here at the top, but over here we are getting a bearish sentiment, guys. We are getting a bearish sentiment. The big you know, engulfing candle up here at the top, this at the top, rejection of the 20 moving average as well. It does look bad, guys. It does look bad. It does look bad over here. We did break the trend line, so you know the support should be all down, all the way back down at some kind of 25 levels down here, maybe even out down here at 24 levels. We got, you know, stellar support on the downside, so this move up here might do something like this down here and then continue towards the upside. This on the weekly time frame. We already did that on the daily time frame on Bitcoin. But over here, you know, weekly is telling us a little bit bearish, but it can go down, definitely some kind of lows down here. I'm definitely gonna keep the watch on these lows on the downside down here at 25, 15, 39, give or take. Let's go and see how this looks on the daily time frame up here. So we got a, you know, bearish candle up here, try to go up, down, the same move again towards the downside. Are we gonna drop again on big time on the downside and, you know, retest these levels on the downside again? That's the question. So let's see down here, what do we have up here? Some kind of line up here, maybe. But if we consider this bullish or bearish, this on the daily time frame, you can see that on the even on the daily time frame we got this bearish engulfing candle, which shows, you know, a lot of bearishness. And this move towards the upside was just holding this support at 50 moving average, but it did not break anything towards the upside. So there has been no bullishness kicking in, not even on the daily time frame, right? Not even on the daily time frame. Let's see here, RSI sitting at some kind of indecisive levels, but it should be sitting on the weekly time frame, is also sitting at some kind of 48 levels. So it's neither bullish nor bearish, it's just sitting in the middle, so we cannot conclude that much about it. We did get this bullish cross up here, but you know, it does not seem to actually work that well so far. It's kind of going kind of sideways a little bit up here. Now the momentum is, we are losing momentum on the daily time frame up here. We are losing momentum on the daily time frame, but that's because of the consolidation pattern up here. Consolidation pattern, so we are losing momentum, so that's fine, that's no problem. The problem here is that this blue line is going below the zero line up here, so that might indicate a little bit more bearishness on the chart. Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's extremely bearish. It is a little bit bearish, but it is definitely more bearish than bullish right now. The bullish part came up here when we broke this towards the upside, so you know, technically we are still, you know, going some kind of sideways motion up here, and we did create a new trend line up here somewhere, give or take, something like this up here that needs to be broken. So maybe there's gonna do 1-2 move ups here and then break this towards the upside. Now that would be like the best case scenario, right? But this move on the downside cannot break this trend line on the downside. So you know, we are going back down to the 24 down here in a couple of weeks, maybe down to 21 or something like that. But we cannot break this on the downside, because if we break this trend line up here on the downside, towards downside up here, this is gonna explode towards the downside. It's gonna explode towards the downside, you know, just like, you know, capitulation usually do. What do you think, DLA, accumulation or distribution actually? Well, I've been saying that it might be some kind of accumulation in Bitcoin over here on the downside, because, you know, we had on the daily time frame, at least we broke the trend up here. Weekly went something like this down here, so you can see here we went down here, broke that, right now climbing up again, right? So this this speedy downtrend got broken up here, and we had, you know, these candles down here that might seem like some kind of accumulation, maybe even distribution, because the wicks are so big on the upside. I mean, there has been a lot of selling going on, and then, you know, once, you know, selling stopped, the price went up, and then, you know, there was not enough bullishness, and then it comes back down again. Not quite sure. Hard to read the chart, but I would say it's more, I don't know, I've been saying it's accumulation because maybe because I was a little bit too bullish up here. But closing below the weekly 20 in 2 hours 45 minutes, a weekly 20, I don't think we are looking at the same chart, man. We are already below the weekly 20 moving average up here, but you are probably looking at the moving averages up here. Now, sorry, this is exponential moving average. You can see here we broke last week we broke through everything on the exponential moving average. I don't look at exponential moving average, but I know a lot of people do, so you know, I just have it up here just in case. But you can see that, you know, simple moving averages up here, normal moving average, the moving average that everybody should be using, 10 moving averages right up here, and right now we are breaking that. He tweeted Happy Easter with Dodge Peak. Elon Musk. Happy Easter. But you see, he is tweeting, but nothing is happening, man. Nothing is happening with Dogecoin. Right now, Dogecoin is like nothing, literally nothing. No reaction, minus 0.35. Let's see here on 1 hourly up here. I mean, maybe there was some kind of pump up here, you know, that they managed to pull, but you know, it did pull back pretty fast. FTT is up 10%. OGN is up 13%. EOS is down minus 4%, and File is down minus 6%. Like we said yesterday, you know, this was looking at hitting some kind of tops, so you know, minus 0.44%. Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. You know, this is gonna take a while, guys. This is gonna, you know, this 4-hourly time, 1 hourly, we are already below everything. So you know, there's not so much excitement about that. I mean, if we for whatever reason the 1 hourly just, you know, blast towards upside, it's gonna be nice. But it's this 4-hourly candle that I'm very interested in, like up here. Still 2 hours and 36 minutes left. Hey, I'm late, but watched on 2x speed. TA as 1 second chart. Nah, damn John, we are not doing that right now. There is not enough volatility for 1 second chart. It's just going kind of sideways. The only bullish thing I see on BTC is bullish divergence on monthly. Everything else looks bad. Yeah, that is bullish, but the bullish divergence on the monthly did play out, and it's already over. So that's already over up here. So what you're gonna see here on the chart up here, what he's talking about, that, you know, price is going towards the upside, the other side is going towards the upside. But after these two candles up here, this divergence is already done. And right now on the top side we don't have. Up here we had a bearish divergence. There was bearish divergence. And on the downside we had bullish divergence. So we went up here. But right now there is no divergence up here, there is no divergence up here, and right now, you know, on the downside probably there is no divergence. So that means that this consolidation pattern is coming to an end, and we should see some kind of big move very, very soon. So that's the only thing that I'm getting right now out of this. The only thing I'm getting out of the chart is that this move up here is right now coming to an end. The fact that we are up here, you know, right now, you know, we tried for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks up here. No, sorry, it's 4 months. 4 months we tried to get it back above the 10 moving average. There gotta be something, some bearishness up there, right? Some bearishness up there. You can see here, you know, this is the first month tried to get up. Nope. This is the second month. This is the third month. This is the fourth month. So 4 months, you know, sideways up here, trying to get back above that. You know, trying to, you know, and it's not working. Worst case scenario, closing monthly below 38,466, below the 20 moving average. I've seen the, I don't, you know, rarely I watch the Moon's videos, but the Moon was talking about the RSI, falling wedge on the RSI up here. Now, just because it's falling wedge doesn't mean that it cannot break on the downside. So he's saying that these falling wedge are bullish and can break through upside. I'm not very, you know, good at analyzing patterns on the RSI, so I don't want to say that whether this is bullish or bearish, but this move up here, this consolidation part up that's been happening up here, some kind of channel that goes towards the upside, it should have you know, consolidation on the RSI as well. So this is just consolidation on RSI. Right now RSI is in some kind of 50 level, so it is in the middle up here and can definitely do a big move. So I'm thinking right now we have been going, you know, sideways for a very long time. Some big move needs to come either towards downside or, you know, pump up here towards the upside and, you know, break this towards the upside. But I think, you know, there is more probability right now to the downside than to upside, because I'm not seeing that much bullishness in the charts right now. Technically, like, it doesn't seem bullish, and there are bearishness, but, you know, suddenly it can change. Bullish and Hex and Richard. Yeah, but Hex is not performing well right now. Hex is something like looking at this falling wedge up here, maybe eventually, right? Maybe one more touch on the downside and then towards the upside, maybe. No need. The move down after 69 looks pretty much impulsive than the move up after January. That move, up move, was more corrective. That looks like a bullish divergence. To be honest, I don't believe in any pattern in this space. Remember, you don't believe in the moons, man. What? WTF, man. Remember, this the most manipulated market ever. Might be OGN. Yeah, OGN did, you know, 13%, something like that today. So I'm a little bit unsure about it. So, you know, we also see that Ethereum has this bearish move on the downside. Let's check some of these bitcoins like Cardano up here on the weekly time frame. This left shoulder, some people are saying this is creating right now a right shoulder up here. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Alright, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Is there another way to draw this line up here? Maybe something like this up here. I mean, there's definitely, you know, possibility that we didn't break out. I mean, we definitely broke out of something. I don't know what that was, but, you know, we definitely broke out of something down here. Maybe something like this, you know, there was some kind of breakout up here, but, you know, maybe this, you know, secondary line up here, once we created this line up here, it's not yet getting broken. Does look like it's respecting it though. On the weekly there is not much up here, going down a little bit, not much, no overextended levels. So there should not be any kind of overextended levels on the charts right now. Bearish engulfing down, right back down again, right now consolidating between below the 50 moving average up here. The question is whether this is gonna, you know, manage to pop above the 50 or below the resistance, so support down here around 0.92. Let's see how this looks on the 4-hourly time frame. Is this the same pattern as Bitcoin right now? Maybe something like this, right? The downside there should be something. Up here, maybe. So this up looks legit, and this downside looks like okay-ish, not legit, but okay-ish. Especially since we are holding that level of support down there right now as well. But yeah, it's not that. Should be more something like this up here. To make it symmetrical, should be more something like this, right? I might be wrong with this one, but you know. Let's see up here, down here. It's just too steep. Maybe it is. But even this went below the. This actually, you see, Cardano didn't actually manage to get back above the 10 and 20 moving average up here on the 4-hourly, just going down again. XRP also failed to get back up. VeChain also failed to get back up. So you can see these other coins. Wow, what Waves is making this very nice rounding pattern up here. But you know, I've seen these moves or something like this and then drop straight down. So you know, I'm not saying anything about it. But look at this nice rounding pattern, man. Look at this nice rounding pattern. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I don't think you don't see often these kind of very nice rounding patterns. This is very nice, very nice. Let's see some of these big, you know, coins up here on the 4-hourly time frame. So you can see Luna went up and the right closed on the downside again. So a lot of these big coins, AVAX actually managed to hold above 10 and 20 moving average right now, but it is breaking on the downside right now. BNB closed below, Polkadot closed on the support, FTM doesn't matter, FTM, Chainlink, you know, why did Chainlink pump like crazy up here? What happened with Chainlink, man? Why did Chainlink suddenly pump like 10% up here in you know, span of 4 hours? Who pumped Chainlink, guys? Who pumped Chainlink? So yeah, Matic on the downside down here closed below 10 and 20 on the one as well, and Solana did actually manage to do a nice pump up here. It's right now coming back down. So now even altcoins are right now looking a little bit bearish on the small time frames, I think. Inverse make hug dump pattern. Where? What? Tila, you still in the market? CK post a confusing tweet. What did CK post? I don't know. Let's check out. What did he post? A Bitcoin bull market that was never overcooked, no blow off top, corrective phase of bull market or bear market. Is this the tweet? I went to the beach. Do you think I went to the beach? This one? Theories. I don't know which tweet you're talking about, man. Captain is back in the chat, man. Hi Captain, how you doing? Highlight here, just woke up. At least you're here, Cast also making us round the bottom, slowly bleeding to zero while Moon Carl is sitting in his Bugatti. You have to understand that, you know, he doesn't have to sell you Casta ever, and you know, it just might. Casta. Didn't Casta launch on Bybit, so why is there no Bybit pair? I gotta check that out. So yeah, it just been right now. It looks like it's getting to some kind of bottom down here at 0.2 or something like that. Let's see market. There should be, but yeah, it is on Bybit, just not on TradingView. It is on Bybit as well. Does anybody here use Gate.io? I've been hearing a lot about Gate.io lately. So you know, is anybody here using Gate.io? Is it any good, guys? Are you using Gate.io? The bottom is 0, bro. Almost there. It's like a quick down, then boom, up. We've seen that like twice the past couple of months. I don't know. Short term, the thing is, when I'm looking at charts, I'm looking at candles, I'm looking at moves, I'm looking at patterns, I'm looking at some kind of bottom formation, I'm looking at some kind of support holding, right? But right now, you know, the thing I'm seeing on the RSI is that we are indecisive. We are just kind of going sideways in the middle of RSI, so it's not, you know, it's not saying us anything. The consolidation up here is definitely done right now, so the move will happen, you know, very soon, tonight, tomorrow, you know, latest Tuesday. The move will happen very soon. Very hard to, you know, decipher what, you know, the momentum going towards downside doesn't mean anything because it's consolidation. So I think we gotta look at a bigger time frame. This is 4-hour time frame, so I think we gotta look at a bigger time frame is up here. But you know, still RSI is down at 40, you know, and that's, you know, in some kind of bearish markets, you know, they continue doing this up here, so it's not telling us that much right now. We are not, you know, any kind of overbought or oversold situation. The momentum up here is going towards upside during consolidation, yeah, but technically the momentum is, you know, the price is going up, but the momentum is increasing. The momentum is increasing, if we can say that. Can we pull anything out of that? Up here the momentum is dying out while we're in consolidation, so that we cannot pull out much about it. This looks like it's gonna cross on the downside as well. Let's see monthly down here. Let's go monthly up here and see what we can. We got this bearish cross on the monthly, unfortunately, you know, 4 months ago. So we're not still not, you know, completely. And even the monthly is down at 50. Even the monthly is down at 50. But you can see down here, if you look at a monthly time frame, right, that after you break the 54 on the monthly time frame, you get into this, you know, capitulation areas down here, right? So the question is, are we gonna get this capitulation area, capitulation, you know, time, you know, one more time? Are we gonna get it? Because, you know, we have been discussing that this might just, you know, continue up here from over here, and might some kind of move towards downside. But are we gonna get some kind of, you know, capitulation down here where we just drop down big time, you know, get everybody liquidated, stop loss out of the market? Because I posted one tweet, and I do mean this. I'm gonna show you up here. It's not here, it's tweet. Up here, where did I post the tweet? And you can see here that I posted this one. I said liquidity below down here, because that's where the liquidity is. So the question is, you know, the big money, will they come for this liquidity? And what do I mean by liquidity? I mean there is a lot of money to get down here. So below the support down here, and maybe above, you know, some kind of levels up here at, you know, 13,000, maybe it's a little bit higher than that. I would say maybe around 20,000 up here, maybe even higher than that, maybe some, yeah, let's say up here. Doesn't really matter. There's a lot of liquidity. So what do I mean by liquidity? I mean there is a lot of stop losses. So when people buy here or here or here, they put some kind of stop losses down here, and oftentimes they put it below certain levels on the downside, maybe especially below these wicks down here, below 28,000. They say, there is no chance we're coming back ever down, so they put these stop losses on the downside. Of course, once we start going on downside here, there is a lot of liquidity that's, liquidation is gonna happen, right? So there is a lot of liquidation that's happening as well. And not only that, if you go down in this area down here, you scare the market. So a lot of people start, you know, selling because they're thinking we are going down to zero. So what happens here is what you know, liquidity for accumulation. So, you know, some whale that wants to buy right now, you know, 10-20,000 of Bitcoin, it's really hard to just pick it out, you know, pick 20,000, you know, 20,000 Bitcoin off the market. But if you manage to pull the price down into the liquidity and start pushing down, there will be so much Bitcoin selling that maybe these whales will manage to, you know, grab a lot of Bitcoin. This will be a very nice accumulation phase, and then the price can actually continue towards the upside. So the fact that there is a lot of liquidity on the downside down here might indicate that, you know, they might want to try to push the price inside here to pick up that free Bitcoin, and then, you know, continue towards the upside. When the man is in the chat, hey man, how you going? Gonna go? Thanks. Cheers. TF Fans Club. Thanks Centra for stopping by. I'm also gonna hit the sec. We've been streaming for 40 minutes, but I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm not feeling it right now. Gate change access because of Russian section. I don't think many non-Russians can use it anymore. Okay, it was a Russian exchange. Let me see what people said here about this change. Almost there high. Yep, I'm using not bad for alts. I find Gate to be confusing. I heard Gate is crap. Consequently went from 288k Moonboy to 20k possibly lol. I mean 288 will happen, you know, but you know, in the times frame that we are talking about, you know, and he was talking about, I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. Gate changed the exit because of Russian section. Now he's retweeting BS posts from Crypto Save. It looks like he gave up. He made enough money. You know. He's gonna stick around. He's gonna stick around. DXY seems overcooked on daily. Maybe the FUD got to him. Maybe the FUD got to him. This kind of capitulation prospect that makes me turn to an old timer. The ones who've been training for years, asking them, does it hurt? Feels like answer yes, but not very long. Yeah, it doesn't hurt for long. Just crazy how people change on a dime, yeah. Yeah, fishing for stop loss. Yeah, that can be happening. So, you know, I'm definitely looking at this area down here as some kind of liquidity area that we might go down to. The moon when retail is uninteresting. I'm fine. Yeah, that's good. We played your song in the start of the video though, man. Head and shoulder on a 4 hour for BTC needs to come down one last time to finish the right shoulder. 4 hourly. This was some kind of I drew this when we were down back here, and I was expecting a move up here and then break towards the upside. But other option was, you know, going towards the upside and then pulling on downside, but we never came even to our upside. We just went up here and then right now pulling a little bit on the downside as well. Bad stuff, man. 4 hourly head and shoulders pattern. Where do you see head and shoulders pattern on the 4 hourly? You think this one up here, something like this up here that everybody's saying? I don't know, man. I don't see it. It's not very clear to me. The only thing I'm seeing is inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hourly time frame that's up here, but that failed. This inverse head and shoulders up here that failed on the downside. So, you know, I'm not seeing that much bullishness right now. You know, we still got 2 hours and 18 minutes left, guys. 2 hours and 18 minutes left for this candle up here. It does not look that bullish, but maybe for some reason, somehow we will manage to actually, you know, bounce and do some nice. Now since this is the big one, it should be something like this up here. I think this is the triangle, you know, at least one of the triangles. There is definitely this triangle down here as well, you know, for whatever it's worth. But it will happen soon, guys. The move will happen soon. I'm more bearish than bullish, but if we do get any kind of reaction towards the upside, I will, you know, change on a dime, change on the dollar. My bearishness will flip into bullishness on the dollar. But right now, all I'm seeing is there should come a move towards the downside. Now, the hope is that, you know, the move towards the downside will be quick, will be a wick, or will be some kind of V-shaped bottom, or it will be a quick move towards the downside where it consolidate, you know, for a little while, a couple of days, maybe just one day, maybe some couple of candles on the 4 hours, something like that, and right back up again, right? So that's what I'm gonna leave you with today. I backs the 4 hourly 50-200 EMA crossover 2 years. That's the only strategy I trust for long-term trading. As long as it works, man, as long as it works. The problem with these strategies, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like these strategies that are backtest over the years, because they are hoping that it will continue to, you know, continue to work, and that's like trading on with a computer. You just say, hey man, when this happens you buy, when that happens you sell. You will lose a lot of time, but you'll also win a lot of time. Hopefully you win more than you lose. That's the question. And the bad thing about following a strategy like this, that's you know, mechanic in nature, because you are just following, you know, two signs. When this happens you buy, when this happens you sell. If it did work over the past 2 years, you know, it might continue. Now doing this through a bot or something like that might be a more better thing, because number one, you can keep doing this for 2 years. Number two, you are human and you might fail doing that, because it's easy to say I'm gonna sell when it hits this level, But will you actually sell when it hits that level, right? So I've oftentimes, you know, said, you know, I don't need a stop loss, you know, I'm just gonna let it go, you know, and if it comes there, I'll just, you know, close my position myself. But then you come there, you're like, oh man, it's just gonna turn, I'm gonna let it go a little bit more down, a little bit more down, a little bit, and before you know it, you're big time down, right? So that can happen. So humans doing these kind of strategies, are it's not, the way I see it's not very advisable. You know, you have to be very on target every single time, and you have to do it for 2 years to actually get something. I only do that with hot, the rest I just hodl. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't matter if you can do it, because you said you backtest for 2 years. That means that after 2 years there's some profit. That means that during that 2 periods time you have to buy and sell every single time that signal happens to get that kind of profit. And not only that, you're putting your faith into that the next 2 years the same thing will happen again, that there will be continue to be profit. So you're putting your faith in the history, that history is gonna repeat. So there is a lot of faith going on over here. Now the biggest problem up here is not faith, you know, the biggest problem is human emotions and buying and selling, right? At least the way I see it, at least the way I see it. So I don't believe in the strategies. Strategies only work if you have got some kind of bots. You tell bots when to buy, when to sell. You can backtest these strategies and then it might work. But if you put some kind of human in charge of buying and selling, they are definitely gonna, you know, mess up a lot of times. EMAs don't lie. We don't do EMAs on this channel, man. We don't do EMAs. But yeah, man. I put EMAs up here. You can see here I'm watching EMAs as well. Not because I want to watch, because people often come into my channel and say, man, watch the 50 EMA, watch the 100 EMA, watch this, that on the time frame. So I have to pull it out and, you know, check out, okay, on the daily, where is 200 moving average? Okay. So you can see here we are below the moving averages right now, a little bit on the downside. We are pulling again on the downside. No emotions. Emotions is bad. Emotions is bad anywhere, man. Rational thought. Rational thought. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that. By the way, let's see what the poll said. We had 148 votes. 53% says Dumpity. 47 said this is a little bit. You know, contrary to, you know, a little bit earlier what I had on the stream, not on stream, on the channel. If you go to my channel, I had a poll up here. I forgot you can make polls, so I asked people up or down. 127 votes, and you know, 61% said we're gonna go towards upside. But this started maybe 6 hours ago. Now we had up here, you know, poll, and you know, 53%, you know, 148 votes, and 53% says Dumpity. So it switched from, you know, 61% up to, you know, only 46% up. Of course it dumps if it hits resistance for a week. Remember to always buy high, sell low, do your bit. Always buy high, sell low. Oh man, I'm tired. Okay guys, that's it guys. I'm more bearish than bullish. We'll see how this actually plays out. This is some kind of triangle as well, some kind of triangle. So, you know, if you see some kind of pump up to the resistance, 200 moving average. So here's the thing. Here, let me just show you one more thing up here. There is also a nice resistance lines up here. So this is also some kind of triangle, Now it's not using the bottom part down here that everybody is watching up here. It's using this top and bottom up here. Bottom and top up here, and it's creating this line. So that's why I'm saying that we might go up here again. If you see some kind of move up here to the 200 moving average and see some kind of rejection up here, that might also be a bad sign if we go back down again. So if you go up here, might be okay, but if you do the move towards downside, that's bad. Keep that in mind as well. This is just a bigger triangle on 1 hour time frame. This is how it looks on the 4 hour time frame. Give or take. Still a bearish low 100x. Yeah. Oh man, I'm tired. I don't know what's up. Maybe it's all the meat that I ate just, you know, before I started streaming. I had a big dinner. Good night, everybody. I'm done. I cannot look at the charts anymore. I need some sleep, guys. I need some sleep. we'll, you know, tomorrow morning, it's Monday, so 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar, we're gonna do Bitcoin daily. So maybe my wife got COVID again. Oh man, so sorry about that, but it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Anyways guys, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. Come here, be here or be square, because yeah, I think tomorrow's video is gonna be a little bit more interesting than right now. Right now it's going you know, sideways, but during the night and the morning hours, I think something might happen. So you know, we'll see that. We'll see that. So I'll be having it soon as well. Good night, man. Good night. Cheers, cheers. I'm done. I'm done. Hopefully the moon does something nice for us soon, guys.